That's Leo.
Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Elvia and for today's video it's gonna be get ready with me. I couldn't decide what to use as a palette, so I'm gonna be using just my Anastasia palette and that I created on my own. I'll tell you what colors I chose to create mine, and then also the Nubian 2 I decided to use as well. The dog's poking my butt. I I really don't know what I'm going for. I'm just kind of just doing it just to do it. We are gonna be leaving in about an hour and a half or so for a play date that my son has. Um, so yeah, I mean, I have an hour to try to give my crap together, and then my daughter is behind me and will be there. So hopefully all goes smoothly, and then my dog is behind me because my daughter's behind me. So if you like this video, then continue watching. I don't know why I said that. That made no sense. If you like my video, subscribe. Keep watching if you want to figure out if this video even goes smoothly at all. So yeah, I'm gonna get started. So first things first, I always like to curl my eyelashes. Um, if you see like a gray thing going on here, it's because I put my mirror there. Like I said in another video, I changed my entire vanity. So what I used to keep my mirror on is no longer there. But I do plan to get a standing one up. And I'm so exhausted. I'm having such a hard time focusing on this stuff. And it's like trying to get, in the zone, which isn't the easiest thing to do. Oh, this is a Shiseido eyelash curler. I really like this one as well. Besides my Tarte one, I do tend to use this one more, but I've used it for so long already that's like, okay, Tarte, come back in the picture. The next thing I'm gonna do is to do some shadow insurance to prime my eyes. I do get asked why I keep using this little one. It's because they last so long. I do have full size ones. Like I have two of these. This one's like completely full, it seems like, and this one's I've been using for a long time. But I do have full size ones. Um, and I feel like sometimes people think that I don't, that I just, all I do is use these deluxe ones, and there's nothing wrong with it, but I do have like full size shadow insurance bottles. I just haven't had the opportunity to, pull one out, you see, because this has lasted me so long. So, of course, when I do run out, I still have the full size ones. And technically, I should be saving this for like traveling purposes to not carry a huge bottle. I don't know why I didn't do that, but it's already open. I'm already using it, so I'm not gonna let it just sit there and let it go to waste. And it's not like you can't travel with it because these tubes aren't like ginormous. It's not like carrying a full size setting spray. Like I love my mini Urban Decay setting sprays because I can just like fill them up if I ever run out. I can have it in my purse, or um, if I ever go anywhere, I know I have a travel size for it. Gosh. And as always, I always carry a little towel with me so I can clean my fingers from all the gunkiness. Okay, so for today's eyeshadow look, honestly, I wanted to go ahead and use my Anastasia contouring kit that I created. The colors that I have here is Banana. This one's Golden Peach. This is a highlighter. It's champagne. I don't know if you can see that. This one here is Fawn. This one I believe is Earth and Havana. But let me double check just to make sure because I do have two of these. Yes, that one's Earth and that one's Havana. So yeah, so what I like about these is that as soon as you finish one out, you can just see this one says Havana in the back. You can just replace it with the colors that you want. So yeah, I'm going to be using these as eyeshadows and combining it with my Nuvian palette. So I'm just gonna take a large flat brush. I'll take this large shader brush, the E60 from Sigma, and put it all over my eye area. Um, I get asked about brushes all the time and why I tend to use like the same brushes over and over again. And honestly, it's because it's like the first thing that I see. Because I have a whole cup full of brushes, like eye brushes. I do divide all my brushes depending on what I use it for. And there I did can't even talk. I do have Real Techniques brushes, but they're shorter than like the Sigma brushes. So if I show you like my cup of brushes here, like here's my Real Techniques, okay, and then this is a Sigma brush, yeah, and here's a Morphe brush. But do you see how these are much shorter, so they kind of get like lost in the cup here? So it's like I just grab the first thing that's like popping out at me. So that's the reason behind that. I do like my Real Techniques brushes, and I do like to use them a lot, but I do love to use them more for Shadow Sense, um, which is by Senegence. It's a cream to powder shadow, so that's what I like to use them for, just because the brush is a little bit more stiffer and it's able to blend the product much better. I'm gonna be burping. I don't know why. I think my sandwich is like kicking in. Next thing, as usual, I'm gonna be taking my E40 brush and I'm gonna be going into the color Golden Peach. I want to use that as my transition. So just gonna take some of that and okay. I know my eyebrows look a little bit cray cray. I'm letting them grow out. I always do this, and I find it that I'm very fortunate that I am a stay-at-home parent and I can let my eyebrows grow and get all funky, and not everybody's gonna see it all the time. So I mean that's a good thing. Um, I don't really know what kind of look I'm gonna go for. I think I'm gonna go for a more natural look. I am wearing a green sweater, so I am thinking about putting this color Egypt. Sometimes you try not to be so literal. But I'm thinking that maybe I'll do like a smoky eye look and add Egypt to the outer corner is what I'm thinking. So I think I'm just going to continue to use my contour palette, and there's nothing wrong um, with that at all. And I'm going to take, let's see, a clean brush. This Sigma E38 brush, it's like the E40, it's just smaller. And I'm going to go into the color Earth, which is down here, and I'm going to go right into my crease area, but focusing the color more on the outer corner and just like diffusing it towards the inner corner of my eye. And when it comes to powder, you can use them for like different parts of your face, and that's why I like this like the contour kits, because I mean you can use them to contour your eyes. I mean I used my Kat Von D shade and light palette. Is that what it's? I think that's what it's called, or is that the eye palette? I don't know, but the contour palette I like to use that for my eyes as well too, because they both are like similar in color shades, anyways. I think. What is the dog licking? I can hear him licking behind me. God. I'm sorry. I apologize for that white cast. I didn't realize that was going to happen.
That what?
A white cast, so because of the whole lighting situation, because I'm not in front of the mirror anymore. So when I move a certain way, you get like all this whiteness on here. So it's like it's a white cast.
What?
So there you go. I do want to darken this a little bit more. So I'm going to be going in with the same brush into Havana. Just to add more brown. I like layering browns together. I think they look really nice. It's like an ombre in your eye, if that makes sense. Just very gently, just on the outer edge here. I'm going to take my E40 brush and then just smooth out the edges here. Jingle, 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 jingle. Okay, now I'm going to be going into this dark brown called Kenya. I'm holding it upside down. My apologies. And going in with a smaller brush. Which one should I use? I think I'm going to use this Morphe M433, and I'm going to put it in right on the outer corner of my eye. These colors are really pigmented, so I kind of picked up quite a lot. There you go, just enough. You see how pigmented that is? Like, whoa. And just focus it on this like outer corner. Don't go too far into your crease. And then taking the E40, yeah, I don't know, I spaced out there for a second, and just blend it out.
I space out all the time.
I think it's a genetic thing, but I'm no scientist. Then do the same thing to the other side, focusing the color on the outer corner and not going too far up into the crease. It's good. And again with the 40, blending it all out. And I want to take some of my glitter glue. You know, I love this stuff. It helps with all the shimmers to last all day long. What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm just being weird in the background like usual.
And then I'm going to go in with the color, I think I'm going to do Zuri. Should I do Zuri? Or should I do Nairobi? I'm trying to decide if I want to put this one or this one, because I do want to use the green. I think I want to go in with Zuri if for whatever reason it doesn't transfer well in with Egypt. Then I'll add Nairobi right in the center. So we'll see how that plays out. So I'm going to take this Sigma E32 brush. It's a exact blend brush, but I like because it's flat and it's short. Um, and I'm going to start with Zuri, the lightest shade, and pat that right onto my center and inner corner of my lid. Can you take the dog out to the bathroom, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
Go in the bathroom.
Before he goes in here. Oh, okay. That looks pretty. Do the same thing to the other eye. I really, really like these Juvia Place eyeshadow. They're so pigmented. The pants are so large that, I mean, they'll last you a long, long time. I try to use these more because these shimmer shades are so gentle and they're not like flaky. You know, sometimes like shadows are too chunky that when you put them on, as soon as you like patting it on or trying to like even it out, it starts like patching off, flaking off. I don't like that. Well, these don't do that, and I just really, really like it. So then taking the same brush, I'm going to go into the green color called Egypt and put that in the outer corner of my eye. And I don't swirl it. I just literally just dab it right inside. Take any excess right into it just because I don't want to go too crazy with it. Because I always forget how the palettes are. I know I can remember like the performance of it if I like it or not, but when it comes to like pigment, uh I always forget how much pigment they actually have. Um so just to be safe, start off with a little and then add more. Casting again.
I'm going to the bathroom.
That looks really pretty. I really like it. Did anybody catch TGIT? I had to watch it yesterday. But like this new continuation with Grey's Anatomy is like, what is going on? I actually like how this looks. I would put the gold in the center, but I feel like it might look a little bit cartoonish, if that makes sense. Like I'm trying to do like a flag just because of, you know, using the green color. So I'm just going to try to blend the green in here as much as I possibly can without passing the center of my eyelid, just to make sure it's well blended in. And I think that looks really good. Then take my E40 brush and just clean up the edges here. It's like the easiest thing to do to complete your eye look. Anyways, this whole thing with like Joe and like her ex or whatever, her husband, not Dr. Kruv if you don't follow the show and stuff, but I was like trying to like follow the story, and I'm just like surprised at like where it was gonna go, because in moments did you not think that okay, maybe Joe is a little, you know, out there and stuff, but then like as long as you've watched like the seasons and stuff, like, oh, I'm going in with my roller lash mascara, um you're like, no, it's Joe. Like, there's no way that she'll be that cray cray, that this guy's probably making it all up. And then, like, them trying to, like, do good, and, like, Joe and Meredith Grey with trying to get the fiance out. I couldn't tell because she had, like, that weird, like, you messed up, you shouldn't have given me your card with your number, attitude, that I almost thought, like, okay, maybe he did change, if that, or I couldn't even say change because I honestly don't even know what is really going on. But I'm just saying, like, if she has no idea because he's never been physical with her that he is, like, this guy, that the fact that she's, like, turning things against them, meaning Joe, that she would, like, tell on her, like, you don't do that. That you just, like, you know what, maybe there's something I'm not seeing. Let me slide this card into my purse and call it a day. But then I'm just like, no, what if he knew something was up and he, like, she, even though she was wearing a dress, like she said, he found a way to, like, really hide, like, the bruises and stuff. And that made me think, like, something's going on. And then the fact where, like, it ended where he was still gonna keep her number, I was like, oh, like, we're probably gonna see him, more often. So anyways, that was, yeah, that I like Grey's Anatomy. I mean, it's gotten a little nuts here and there, but I overall really, really like the show. um the more that I'm looking at, like, my eyeshadow, I don't know if I really, 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 really like it, like, as much as I think I may like it. You know what it means? It's like really, really, it's really colorful. These are moments where you kind of don't know what to do. If you just go ahead and keep it, or if you should go ahead and change it, or maybe, do something to kind of, change it up a bit. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go into this color Layla and darken up the grain a little bit. Sometimes I don't care, and I'm not in, like, a huge, what's it called? Like, I don't really, like, care so much, but it is a play date. Don't want to look like I'm going out to, like, a party either, so I think when you can still see a little bit of a green, but I think by adding this darker shimmer shade, it's, like, toning it down, and I think that looks much nicer. Don't say that. Oh, I just took that lighter shade and then just going over just to blend it in gently. I think I like this much better. Yeah. I think the green was just showing way more than it needed to be showing. So, yep, that works. Okay, and surprisingly, you don't have as much fallout as you think you would. So that's always a good thing. God, I've been, like, talking and talking and talking. Running out of time here. Okay, so I'm going to go in with, let's go with my Spackle Mattifying by Laura Geller. It's an oil control makeup primer. And let's put that. This does separate. I don't know why, so that's why I'm shaking the bottle. But it's, like, the only primer that I've ever used where separation occurs. Come on, close. This bottle does not want to close for me. There we go. And then just put that all over your face. This feels like the velvet. No, not the velvetizer. The Japanese primer. Velvetizer? Is that what it's called? I don't remember. But it has that same texture as that one. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with, you know what I want to try? Actually, no. It's not a day to try new things. Not yet. Just in case things go wrong. I don't want to be 45 minutes away from my house. Going with my Cover FX corrector, I'm going to be using the peach color. It's the only one I own. Probably should have grabbed other ones, but I just didn't want to end up with a bunch of correctors that I have no use for. No, it's not. And then again, using my Studio Fix concealer. What is it called? Studio Finish concealer in NC35. I'm going to be taking my IT Cosmetics fluffy concealer brush, airbrush concealer, and going over the parts that need correcting. I used to use this product underneath my eyes and around my nose, but ever since Shape Tape came into my life and trying to figure out other uses for it, I figured that this was one of the best ways, just because it doesn't get all cakey and it works so well with different foundations, and you can't even tell that that I have it there. So that's the reason why I like to layer with it. And then I'm gonna use, again, my favorite foundation, which is the Estee Lauder. You know what? I haven't used in a while, but this might actually be too dark for me. This light beige. I don't own a lot of foundations. I've gone through different ones and I've always returned them because I do not like them. I'm actually really worried that this light beige might be too
I'll give you my
too dark, but because this is what I wear more towards like the summer. But I'm just gonna go ahead and use it. I mean, worst case scenario. It's worst case scenario. I don't know why I just did that. Sometimes I do that, but I do have some time, so I don't know why I did that at this moment. But, oh, that was my Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the color light beige. I didn't say that already. It is a medium to full coverage foundation. I can't decide if it's gonna work yet or not. Let's see what else. Scandal. My God, that show has gotten so like intense. Like, I think we all kind of knew that Olivia Pope was gonna lose her mind. I mean, it was bound to happen. So that's not like a surprise there. And it's kind of just sad that, you know, for us to like root for her and Mr. Grant just to wish her to just be dead and get it over with. I mean, that kind of just stinks. Because, I mean, this whole Quinn situation, you know, and then the crap with their dad, and, you know, Jack Bauer, oh my God, I was like, oh, he's so fine and stuff. And then this whole, like, bad guy and talking, and it's just a complete turn off, you know, and Once when I thought Mr. Grant was a pig and all he wants to do is just settle down and be happy, and Olivia can't get her shit together and do it. I'm just like, sometimes I get so caught up in these shows and I like get so mad, and it's like, what is the point? It's already written. It's not like you can change anything about it. It is what it is. So I think this foundation is gonna work well. I guess we'll see how it goes as I continue to layer things together, but I mean, seems to be pretty okay. Let's hope. But what's his face? The VP. I always forget his name because I always want to call him Clive, but I know his name's not Clive. But you know what I'm talking about? Who's like, the vice president, right now, he was all bad and stuff, but now he's trying to do good, and, the one guy that he was with, and then they just, like, got into it and stuff, and, now he doesn't want to be with him. I was like, oh my God, like, people do change and stuff, and it takes a long, long time to regain, their people's respect and for people to trust them all over again. And it's like he's really like trying hard, with his husband dying and stuff, and then his new, the boyfriend then before this guy, stealing his baby, and assassination of, President Vargas in the show. Like, it got really, really crazy for the guy. Like, you can't really blame him for being a little, but it was his own fault. So that is what it is. I'm going to take my Laura Mercier powder and set under my eyes, just because I did put foundation there. I really don't want to put concealer on because my under eyes really aren't that bad. I slept really, really well last night. So there's no need for that. And then I'm just going to set the rest of my face. I'm going to take another brush though, because this one's really, really small to do my whole face. So for that, just take any large powder brush that you have to do that. I just got this Real Techniques once, this powder brush. It's brand new. So I'm just going to dip it in, take off the excess, and just...
Can I have a Tootsie Roll?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just powder it all. That's great. So whenever I use brushes, here goes my phone. Sam. Whenever I use brushes, anything that I use, I put it actually in a separate cup. So that way I know that these brushes need to get washed, and I'm not mixing them up with brushes that are already clean. So that's like a tip there. The next thing I want to do is bronze. So today I am going to take should I take my Too Faced? No, it has some shimmer in it. I haven't used this one in a while. I'm going to take my Bahama Mama from The Balm. It looks like this. It's a little bit darker than the Hoola bronzer. I'll compare both of them together so you can see. Bahama Mama is just darker than the Hoola bronzer. So I'm just going to take that around the perimeter of my face. And again, I really, really enjoy using this Real Techniques brush, but also which is the buffing brush, but also like to use the contour brush for it. So I'll use the contour brush for it today. And then you're just going to go in circular motions around the perimeter of my face. And then I always like to go like down, like I don't like to skip that makes sense. I like to make sure that it's completely on the perimeter. Because also you have like gaps and it looks weird. Because I used to do that and then I couldn't figure out why like this area would look a little funky. And then I figured it's because I wouldn't completely bronze all the way. A lot of trial and error when it comes to really perfecting the way you do your makeup. And even when you do perfect it, there's always new like tricks that come out or that you see might be easier to use.
5 minutes.
Yeah, 35 minutes, but it's because I'm chit-chatting and I want to be able to like talk and not lose focus. But it's hard. And then again, whatever's left over, just take on the side of my nose. And then I'm going to go into my contour palette again, the Anastasia one. And then taking the color Earth, I'm going to go very, very gently contour a little bit my cheekbones here. And then bring it up. Oh, the dog farted. You smell that? Or was that you?
I was about to say
oh, that smells so bad.
Are we gonna edit that out?
It's so gross. So gross.
I'd rather smell your hair. Oh, jeez.
And then again, just whatever extras left. Here we go. And then to highlights, I'm going to be taking, this is brand new. I got this in a BoxyCharm. BoxyCharm is a $21 a month subscription. But you got a full size highlighter. This one's from Becca. It's called Prosecco Pop. And if I can open it up, I'm opening it up the wrong way. It looks like this. It's really beautiful highlight. And I want to try it out, so I figured might as well do it now. So I'm going to be taking my Smashbox fan brush, if I can find it. Here it is. Nice skinny fan brush. And then I just like to just brush the top of it, tap off the excess. And very gently, when it's a new highlighter, I like to just be really gentle just to see how much it's gonna hit. And this is like really, really like bam highlighter. Whoa. It's not too crazy, but just make sure I blend it out. And you don't want to bring it too far forward because you're just gonna like drag the highlight down. So I try not to pass like where the edge of like my what's it called, like my pupil, no, the iris of your eye, like right where the white and the color meet, not go past that when you're looking straight. I try to find different things on my face to help me figure out like dimensions and measurements, because everybody's face is different.
Look at you.
Did you just fart?
I'm sorry.
What is wrong with you?
Edit.
Oh my gosh, kid. I would laugh, but I'm just like shocked. that
Tootsie Rolls make me gassy.
there's no way Tootsie Rolls make you gassy. That makes no sense. Tootsie Rolls doesn't make anybody gassy. And you just had it. I can't believe you did that. That's so gross. So there is my highlight. I really like this color. It worked out. Excuse me, I'm still burping. And then for blush, let's go in with something different. Oh, let's go in with Becca. I actually bought these 3 Becca blushes. These are brand new. I got Camellia, Tiger Lily, and Flower Child. Which Flower Child, I don't even know why I bought, because if I'm not mistaken, I already have it in a palette. Oh no, Snapdragon, Songbird, and Wisteria. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Okay, so here is Camellia. I can never open these right. This is a really, really shimmery red blush. And then this one is Tiger Lily, which is a more orangey one. I think this would be great in the spring and the summer, even the fall. That looks so pretty for that time. Right now, it being winter, I don't think it'll look as great. And then the last one is Flower Child. There is like another 2 or 3 of these, maybe 4. They just didn't work with my skin tone. Oh, this is so pretty. This is called Flower Child. I think for the eye look that I have, I think Flower Child would be most appropriate. Alrighty. Bye. She farted. I can't believe she farted. Who does that? Especially when someone's filming a video. That's like so rude. Okay, so as a blush brush, I'm going to be, you know what? I got this new brush from Real Techniques. It's the Instapop cheek brush. I actually like this just because I have tried it to powder underneath your eye area. I think it's phenomenal for it, but I'm going to try it with blush because I haven't tried it, so I'm just going to dab into it, take off the excess, and this color is so pretty. I'm shocked. And the brush, I really like this brush because it's like you're not dragging, you know, your blush anywhere. It's like precision application. You know, like I really like it. And it feels really nice against the skin. It doesn't feel stiff. It actually feels really, really soft. I really like it. Like I am shocked. I really, really like it. I get nervous sometimes with pink blushes, just because I'm, you know, sometimes you worry you look a little bit clowny. But I learned to love blushes. I do go a little heavy hand here and there, but I mean, nothing with a little rubbing won't fix. Or if I go to my mom's house and she's all like, "Take that shit off, you got too much on." It's like, leave me alone. I'm just coming to see you, Ma. Take me as I am. You know? I really like this brush. I like Flower Child. I think it's so beautiful. Like, can you see how pretty that pink color is? It's so pretty. I'm in love with it. Sometimes I keep these, but I probably shouldn't. Okay, so then what else am I missing? What else do I have to do? Oh, my under eye area. Hello. I'm going to take a short shader brush. Let's see, the E20, just a short shader brush, any brush that you have. That one's a little dirty. You can just take it over my towel. And then going with the color Fawn. in my contour kit, I'm going to go all the way underneath my eye area. Okay, and then I'm going to go into Earth and go in the outer corner, like center to outer. And then I'm going to go in with Havana. Actually, no, not Havana. I'm going to go back into my Juvia's Place. And I'm going to go into the dark shade called Kenya down here, next to the green one, and smoke out the outer corner of my eye. Yes. That looks really, really pretty. Oh, bothers me when I get, it's so gross, I know, but it bothers me when I get eyeshadow and I just have to like really quickly poke my eye. It's not the best way to do it, but nothing bad has happened so far, so sorry you had to see that grossness. I don't do my eyebrows lately, but I'm going to tonight. I'm going to take medium brown and dark brown. These are the Anastasia Beverly Hills ones. And then I'm going to go in with powder possibly. I have dark brown and ebony, also in the Anastasia brand. So starting off with medium brown, I'm going to put that on the inner part of my eyebrows, and then using the dark brown go on the outer, because you do want the outer part of your eyebrows to be much darker than the inner ones. So that's what I'm gonna do. Brush it through a little bit, call it a day, and then going with dark brown, do the edge. Easy enough, right? That's all you do. So this is one without, that one's with. It's not, it's just a little bit more darker, more filled in. Um, nothing really major. Just to say that I have a little bit more eyebrow, you know? And brush it in a little bit. And then going in with the dark brown. And then to darken up the outer edge, I'm gonna go in with Ebony, which is this shade here, and then taking an angled brush, a thin one. Obviously, this is the E65 from Sigma. There are eyebrow brushes that Real Techniques makes that are really good, and I'm just gonna put this on the outer like center to like outer edge of my eyebrows, just to darken it up a little bit more. And then just taking the spoolie from this brush, kind of just gently just brush it. Nothing too harsh. You don't want to move the product all over the place either. And then do the same thing to the other side. And then go through it with the spoolie. I think at the end of it all, I mean, all you do is wish that, or hope that they're both even, and I think they are. So I'm going to set my face. I'm going to use some all-nighter because I have no idea what we're going to be doing. It's from Urban Decay. I'm going to spray that all over my face. There we go. I was going to put eyeliner, but then I decided last minute that I wasn't going to in my mind. I usually have papers. There we go. Cardboard papers that I like to just fan off my face with. I feel like I'm forgetting something. What else am I forgetting? I'm always forgetting a step whenever I do my makeup. And I know I have to do my lips, but... Oh, duh. The one thing I always say, don't forget, and then I end up forgetting right at this moment, is putting on mascara on my under eye area. And I don't even know where's my... Here it is. Mascara. Okay, mascara is on, and then now for my lippies. Bring on what I'm gonna use. I haven't decided that yet. Sorry, I'm cleaning up my makeup. It's just a habit that I have already of putting everything back where it goes so I don't lose anything. Misplace it or think someone jacked it. Let me see. For lip color, I think, it's a tricky one. I actually think that I can go a little bit more with a purple colored lip. Yes, I'm gonna do this color called Sheer Berry. It's a plummy color. It's a darker color, and I think I want to do this color. I think it'll look really great with my eye look because I find that I think Bee Ruby is too purple. It's a really beautiful color, but for this look, I don't think it's appropriate. Plum Pretty, I could do too, but I want to do Sheer Berry, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use Sheer Berry. There's the ball. Like, what happened to the ball? You gotta shake your lip sense. Those who use lip sense know the rule. Gotta shake it and then apply it in 3 thin layers. Last layer. Mm-hmm. Okay. Then I'm going to take a small layer of glossy. Put it all over my lips for nourishment, and then going in with some matte gloss because it is a little bit more drying. Then just put that over the glossy area. And all done. That's all you had to do. Sorry, I have to set my gloss on the side to take it with me. Put it in my purse. So that is it for my look. I'm glad I didn't decide to put on eyeliner because I feel like it probably could have made my look more heavier. I think that my lips match perfectly in with this look. A little bit of pop of color in my cheeks. My hair, I've been letting it air dry since I showered. And I do like doing my hair, don't get me wrong, but I cut my hair where I had it like not layered but like razor to have all that like funky uneven look, so that way when I did step out of the shower it's like that hairy, not that hairy, that messy look, you know, like summer beachy. I just have to put in some texturizer in my hair and call it a day, and I think it looks nice. I think it's one of my easiest looks to do, and I do it all the time. I think it just looks, I like my hair to look effortless. I don't, because my hair does take a long time to do because I have such straight hair, believe it or not. It's so straight, and it gets so heavy on the bottom that it just drags my hair down. So I do try to, you know, layer my hair when I do get haircuts to try to lighten it up a little bit more. So I think this might be the look that I'm gonna do today. To just put on my earrings, put on my wedding rings, which I should probably do now. So that way I don't forget, because I sometimes forget to put them on, and my husband will drive back home to make sure I have my wedding rings on. I'm usually just gonna probably take a hair clip. When my hair is drying, when it's wet, put your hair, especially if you have like these side bangs, put your hair in like a really soft clip in the back, because that'll add to like that like volume and you know that wavy part into your hair if you have straight hair. That's what I do. I usually go like this all day just so that way like in the evening I have like that wavy texture thing going on my hair. I don't know if that makes sense to you. But I'm just going to throw on some earrings. Very comfortable. It is a play date for my child. We're going to go out to dinner, to Portillo's, and then we're going to go to a mall. So it's like, you know, trying to look appropriate and decent, not overly glam. And I think I was able to pull it off. I'm really happy with the end. Look, I'm still burping. Oh my God. So thank you. We made it through this video. I've been recording for exactly an hour. I am going to be editing some of this stuff out because this video was just way longer than it should have been. Oh, this is my favorite perfume. This is by Daisy Marc Jacobs. There's a lot of things I'm very, very minimal about. It's when it comes to perfume, very small amount of fragrances I do own, and foundation, but that should be like separate videos among themselves, and it's probably what I'm going to be doing because there's some things that I do have a shit ton of, and then there's other stuff where it's like you only own 3 different foundations. What? That makes no sense. I thought you had more. I did, but I returned them. So anyways, the end of the video is here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video. I don't know what the heck my kid was thinking. And my dog too. I mean, this just did not work out the way that I thought it was going to when it came to my disruptions. But I mean, it is what it is, and I have to get the rest of my stuff done so I can leave, which is doing the diaper bag, waking up my child, making sure the dog has its dinner, calling my husband, and my husband's calling me right now, so I will let all of you guys go. See all of you soon. Bye.